This story is from around the year 1965. It is the story of two unemployed boys from Jamul village. Both belonged to very poor families. One had two sisters and the other had one sister. At home, there were elderly parents and countless responsibilities. The worry of their sister's marriage troubled them day and night. There were not many opportunities for work in the village, so somehow they wanted to go to the city and earn money. At night, when the entire village would fall asleep, the two of them would sit on the rooftop and think about only one thing: when will our fate change? There was no work in the village. Farming was scarce. There was no source of income. Then they remembered Bharat, a man from their own village who worked in the city and used to tell people that he could arrange jobs for them. When they found out that Bharat had come to the village, both of them decided, let's go meet him tomorrow morning. With trembling hearts, they reached his house and told him everything: their poverty, their helplessness, everything. Bharat said, yes, there is work. If you can do it, because city work is a little different. Both replied, yes, yes, we can do it. Then Bharat said, then we will have to leave tomorrow morning. You both come at 8 a.m. That was it. Just hearing this made hope shine in their eyes. There was no limit to their happiness. When they went home and shared the news, hope lit up the entire family's eyes. Everyone felt that now their poverty would finally end. But that night, they could not sleep. There were dreams and there was fear too. The next morning, with a few clothes and some money, they left with Bharat. First by bullock cart, then by bus, and finally by train. They had to reach the city. It was a long journey of 3 days. On the second day, the train was speeding ahead. The two of them stood near the door to get some fresh air. Suddenly, some faint voices came from the nearby compartment. We will first take these two to our room, then feed them food and give them sleeping medicine. When they fall asleep, we will remove their kidneys. Then our work will be complete. These words struck like lightning. The ground slipped from beneath their feet. Their hearts began to pound loudly. They understood they had fallen into a very big trap. The night had grown deep. Moonlight was spread all around. Both of them tightly held each other's hand. Tears filled their eyes. One whispered softly, if we want to survive, then now. And the very next moment, from the moving train towards the field, they jumped. The next morning, the bright sunlight fell on their face. That is when they regained consciousness. Their whole bodies were groaning in pain. Their clothes were stained with blood. Far away, a man was working in the fields. A gentle breeze was blowing. They gathered courage and raised their hands. At first, no voice came out. Then softly, "Help!" Their voice got lost in the wind. Then they tried harder and shouted, "Is anyone there?" After a long while, the farmer noticed. It seems to him as if someone was lying on the ground far away, waving a hand. At first, he thought, maybe it's an animal. But when he looked carefully, the color drained from his face. He understood someone was asking for help. Leaving his tools behind, he ran towards them. As soon as he reached close, he was stunned. Both boys were lying covered in blood, clothes torn, bodies injured, breathing heavily. The man ran to get water and quickly returned. He immediately poured out some water and gently placed it to their lips. Slowly, drink slowly. With trembling hands, both of them drank the water, as if every sip was bringing their lives back. After some time, when their breathing steadied, the man asked, "Son, who are you? Where have you come from? How did this happen?" In trembling voices, pausing again and again, they told him their entire story. Jammu village, Bharat, the conspiracy in the train, and the jump to save their lives. Everything. The man kept listening, his eyes filled with tears. Then he said to him, "You sit here, I will call the villagers." And he left. After some time, the villagers came running. The villagers asked them what had happened. Both boys, crying, told everything. Hearing it, everyone's eyes filled with tears. Then someone said, "First treat them. We can talk later." There was no big hospital nearby, so the village Ayurvedic healer was called. Treatment began with herbs. For about 15 days, they stayed in that village. The villagers kept them like their own sons. When they felt a little better, the villagers collected money among themselves and said, "Son, take this money, go back home." At first, they refused, but the villagers explained that without money they would not be able to reach home. Finally, with the money and some food, they reached the station. A kind man bought tickets for them and seated them on the train. A few days later, they reached Jammu village. As soon as they reached home, both of them burst into tears. Their family members were frightened. They told them the whole truth. Their father said he would file a complaint against that man, but the boys explained that they had no proof and that the man was very dangerous. For a few years, Bharat did not return to the village. Later, news came that in a road accident, both his legs were cut off. Then the boy's mother said, "Look, the result of one's deed is received in this very life. Whoever does wrong to others surely faces the consequences." After that, the man never returned to Jamur village. Moral of the story: one should never leave home for work with an unknown person. without proper inquiry. The hurry to earn money quickly can sometimes become a lifelong regret. And most importantly, family responsibilities should be handled wisely.